Namaste, welcome. Tonight's class is a Dreamy Hatha class. So we're going to be doing static holds, no vinyasas, and the invitation is to cultivate a nice deep internal awareness, kind of just lose track of time, and your only sense of time is your breath. So we're going to be nice and patient with each breath in each pose. And doesn't mean the whole practice has to be easy, but yeah, really getting into that nice kind of relaxed flow state. So let's get started sitting in a comfortable position. And letting your legs and hips be heavy, placing your hands on your legs, resting them wherever they feel comfortable. Dropping your shoulders down away from your ears. And on your next inhale, lifting into your spine, lifting up all the way into the crown of your head. Maintaining that lift as you exhale and gently close your eyes. Noticing the sounds around you. And then consciously allowing them to fade out of awareness as you draw your attention to your body and your breath. Starting to deepen your breath, inhaling for 4, and exhaling for 4. One more nice relaxed breath in this way. Now bringing your right hand to your nose for Nadi Shodhan, alternate nostril breathing, and we're going to use our thumb and our little finger to alternate between closing off one nostril and then the other to alternate the flow of the breath up one side of the nose and out the other, and then back and forth. So let's start by closing off the left nostril with the pinky and inhale through the right nostril. Now closing off the right nostril with the thumb and exhaling through the left nostril. And repeating, inhaling through the left, exhaling through the right. And if you like, with these 3 fingers in the middle, you can just rest them at your third eye area. So just continuing at your own pace, inhaling and exhaling from one side to the other. Now doing one full cycle, and then we'll return to regular breathing. Okay, when you're ready, relaxing your hand down to your lap. Finding a steady breath. And we'll move into 5 rounds of Gauranga breathing. So just meditating on the sound as you say this beautiful sacred vibration, Gauranga, for the entire length of the exhalation. So let's exhale completely and breathing in together. And say the sound. Goranga. Continuing on, inhale. Goranga. 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 One last time. Goranga. Come back to your regular breathing pattern once again, allowing the mantra to resonate through your mind and heart. And slowly opening your eyes and bringing the soles of your feet together for butterfly position. Taking your knees out wide and your hands clasped around your feet. Begin to press your knees down as you lift up through your spine. And then you've got your hands drawing against your feet to help you create that nice lift through your upper body. Holding here for a couple of breaths. And if you feel like you can go further, you can fold forward at the hips, dropping your elbows down into your knees, pressing your knees down toward the floor. One more breath here. And lift up. Releasing your legs, bringing your left leg under and your right leg over the top. We'll stack our knees on top of one another, making sure that your hips are nice and steady, both hip bones on the floor. And if it feels a little bit tight through the hips, just take a block, bolster, or a cushion, folded blankets, whatever you can to elevate your hips to make it more comfortable. And just placing it under your hips and then relaxing, sitting up tall again. And from here, we're going to raise the right arm up, placing the hand down in between our shoulder blades, and then sweep the left hand back and behind. And we're going to take, so the back of your hand slides up your back to reach for your fingertips. Doesn't matter if your fingers don't connect with your right fingers, that's completely okay. But if you can, hooking your fingers together, and then you'll have this nice oppositional pull of lifting through the top elbow and stretching and drawing down through that lower elbow, giving your shoulders a nice stretch. And continue to relax into your hips. Other option is to take a belt in between your hands to create a bit of an extension for your reach. One more breath here. Nice. And release your finger grip. Slowly release your arms. And you can either just switch your legs over or take your hands over to the left, placing them on the floor. Lift up onto the balls of your feet and swivel around on the balls of your feet, lowering your right leg down with your left knee stacked on top. And just being mindful if one hip or one side is tighter than the other, not forcing yourself into the same shape on the opposite side. So remember, you can take something to lift your hips underneath if needed. And then inhaling the left arm up. Exhale, sweeping the right hand back behind you, and then bringing your fingertips to hopefully come into a nice little clasp in between your shoulder blades. Now keep lifting through that top elbow and softening in between the shoulders to allow for a little bit of movement from that lower shoulder and lower arm. Relaxing into your hips and keep breathing. release. And taking both feet out to the side, we'll sit on our heels coming into hero. So modified version is to come onto your knees, sitting on your heels, and if that feels like it's already strong enough on your knees and your hips, stay here. Or further still, you can take your knees out wide and sit on a block, or to come all the way into the pose, dropping your hips to the floor, allowing your feet to come out to the sides. And lifting tall through your spine, grounding down through your hips, placing your hands on your thighs. Soft gaze through the eyes as you continue to breathe. One more breath. Beautiful. Now taking your hands forward as you come out of the pose, we'll just stretch our legs out a little, releasing that nice constricted blood flow that we had through the knees, just allowing everything to balance out again. And from there, tuck your toes under and rock back onto your feet, coming into garland pose. So we'll have our feet hip distance apart with your toes turned out. And as you can see here, we want that long length through the spine as opposed to curling in. Although, if you come into the pose and you're like, yes, I need to really drop in and feel around and feel into all those different fascial chains through your back, go ahead. But otherwise, for garland pose or malasana, we're going to sit down with the hips low to the floor, spine is lifting long, and then take your elbows to the insides of your knees, palms together in Anjali Mudra in front of your heart center. And soften into your face. Holding here for another 4 complete breaths. Being patient with each inhale and each exhale. Final breath here. And relax. Taking your hands forward. So this is what we're going to be doing instead of going into a full sun salutation today. We're going to be doing a cobra, lifting back to child's pose, and then into downward dog. And we're just going to repeat that a few times. So feel free to go at your own pace. Start by sliding your upper body forward and your legs back, bringing your belly to the floor. And we'll take our hands underneath our chest, under the shoulders. Forehead starts on the floor, reaching back into your toes as you visualize your spine lengthening. So you're really extending through your spine, lifting the head, lifting the chest forward, lengthening out of your lower back as you press up. Elbows coming in to your ribs. Keep pressing the floor away. And then knees to the floor, pressing back, coming into child's pose. Nice reach forward into your fingers, palms flat on the floor. Pressing down into your palms, tuck your toes, and lift up into downward dog. Okay, now bringing your knees to the floor, chest to the floor, and straight away lift and slide up into cobra. And then exhale back, child's pose. Take a breath. Now lift and tuck the toes, coming back for a full breath in downward dog. Knees to the floor, chest to the floor. Inhaling up. Exhale, lifting back to child's. Take a breath. Tuck the toes and lift into downward dog. Let's do one more. Knees to the floor. Chest dives down. Pull your chest through. Elbows stay drawing in, lifting. Collarbones are broadening. And then exhale, knees to the floor. Child's pose. Take a breath. And our final downward dog. And then mosey your feet forward, bending through your knees as you slowly roll up, coming up to stand. Beautiful. Now standing with your feet together or hip distance apart for mountain pose. Extending your arms down by your sides, grounding down through your feet. Lift your toes, spread them wide, place them down on the mat. And feel the heel and the base of your foot all grounding down into the mat as you lift through your inner arches. And begin to firm the thighs, feeling the kneecaps lifting. Gently drawing in through your belly. And start lifting through the spine, drawing the shoulders down away from your ears. And just feeling into your ribs and noticing if you're lifting and expanding open through the rib cage, just gently tuck those lower ribs in. And finding a point to gaze at. And from here, we're going to raise the arms up. And then exhale over to one side, starting with a small bend. Inhaling up, bringing the palms together, looking to your thumbs. Exhaling over to the other side. Inhaling up. Exhaling, this time bending through the right knee as you reach over with your left arm. Inhaling up. Exhale, over to the other side. Soft bend through the left knee. And coming back up to standing. Exhale. Lower both arms down. Take a breath. Now stepping your feet out wide. And turning your right toes out and your left toes in slightly, bending through the right knee. Make sure if you like to have a block for side angle pose, you just grab that now to place next to your foot. Inhale, raising the right arm up, and then exhale, lowering your hand to the floor as you reach the left arm up, opening up through the chest, trying to stack the shoulders on top of one another. Keeping your knees stacked above your ankle, and making a nice long line from your fingertips down to the shoulder, the hip, and the ankle. And try to stay lifting and buoyant lifting through the pelvic floor and staying nice and engaged through your legs, pressing down through your feet. 2 more breaths here. And inhaling, coming back up, coming all the way up to standing and turning the right toes in and the left toes out. Bending through the left knee, stacking the knee above the ankle, reaching out through the left arm and lowering your hand to the floor next to your ankle or on a block. And bringing that right arm up above, either straight up or going into full side angle with the upper arm resting alongside your face. Reaching into the fingertips and simultaneously reaching down into your foot in the opposite directions. One more breath here. Inhale. Coming all the way up to standing. Turning both feet in, lower your arms. Take a breath. Now turning your right toes out and your left toes in ever so slightly for triangle pose. Inhale, raising your arms up, and exhale, reaching over to the right as you lower your hand down to your ankle, the floor, or a block, gently drawing in through your belly. And keep your whole torso actively lifting up, away from your hips. Raising the left arm up, gazing either down at the floor, straight ahead, or up toward your top hand. Both legs nice and switched on, engaging through your thighs, pressing down actively through your feet. One more breath. And softly bend through the right knee, leading up with your top fingertips. Come all the way up to standing. Turn the right toes in and the left toes out. Bringing the right toes in slightly, sliding the hips to the right as you reach to the left, lowering your hand to the floor, a block, your ankle, and taking the right arm up. So drawing that top shoulder back, navel drawing in, spiraling the lower ribs through. Staying nice and active in your legs. And settling into your breath. One final breath here. Inhale. And exhale completely. Bending through the front knee, reaching up through the top hand, coming all the way back up to standing. Turning both feet to face forward, lower your arms and take a breath. Taking both hands to your hips, swiveling your feet around to the right for folding triangle or pyramid pose. Inhale, lift, lifting your waistline right up out of your hip area. Modified version is starting with the front knee bent as you fold forward, and we're going to be reaching for the floor. So you can either just stop here. That's quite a nice strong stretch through the back leg as is. Or further still, straightening out through the front leg, really pressing down into your feet. And the more you press down into your feet, the more you'll feel that upward lift through the legs and the upper body as you hinge forward at the hips, taking your hands forward, reaching for the floor. I'm still nursing a knee injury, so I'm just going to go easy here with a little micro bend through my front knee. Fingertips to the floor and just folding forward, settling into natural breathing rhythm. And staying in the pose long enough that you can feel the body start to soften and release a little deeper in the pose. One more breath. And begin to make your way up out of the pose by bending the front knee, bringing your hands to your hips, and raise the torso up, swiveling around to the left side now. So starting by lifting up through your spine, folding forward at the hips, maybe bringing a soft bend into the front knee, and taking your hands to blocks or the floor as you fold over the front leg. Keep pressing down into your back heel, and it'll keep that back leg nice and active and help to create a nice distribution of weight throughout the pose. And as you hold and breathe, just scanning your body with your breath and your awareness, making any adjustments needed to your feet, engagement in your legs. Maybe that back hip needs to be drawn forward a little. Maybe you can lengthen your spine and fold a little deeper. Just staying really nice and anchored and aware in your body as you hold. And slowly release. Hands to your hips, coming all the way back up. Swiveling your feet back around to center. And let's heel to our feet back together and take a breath. Okay. Now, going into a balancing pose, we're going to go from half moon, and challenge is to go straight from half moon into eagle, and we'll do that on both sides. So see how you go. It's a good little brain exercise, nervous system exercise. Starting by shifting your weight to your right leg and sweeping your left leg back, reaching your right fingertips to the floor. I'm going to start with a bent knee just to help me set up the pose, and then I'll slowly kind of unfurl into straight legs, but up to you how you want to go into it. So taking the left hand to your left hip and begin to lift that back leg, rolling the left hip open, and your right hand is anchored to the floor. And then begin to float the left arm up. Now keep the left toes gently pointing down, so your back foot is flexed, but toes are pointing down, and that helps to create a nice engagement through the back left hip. Squeeze your buttocks, stabilizing your pelvis, and float the top arm up. So we don't want to sink down into that lower hand. Trying to stay lifted through the upper body, lifting up into the top hand. And now from here, bending both knees and begin to draw in through your belly, raise the torso up, and then sweep that left leg around, wrapping the toe. I cheated and used my wall a little. And taking the right arm over, left arm under. We'll just take a couple of breaths here in eagle, wrapping the leg, wrapping the forearms. And release. And give that right leg a shake. That was a good strengthening exercise. And now let's switch it to the left side. I'll turn around this way. So this time we're going to take the right leg back, soft bend through the left knee, reaching the left fingertips to the floor, drawing in through your navel, so you're already starting to squeeze and engage through your hips, your core, and then float that back leg up. Start straightening out through the left leg if you can. Flex through the back foot, turning the toes down slightly, and float the top arm up. Holding here for a few breaths. Good. Keeping that big toe pressing down. All right, now softly bend through both knees, wrapping the right leg around the left. Big toe tucks behind the calf muscles. Left arm under, right arm over, intertwining the forearms into eagle. Couple of breaths here. And release. Give your legs a little shake. And our last standing pose. Step your feet out wide. And turning your toes in slightly. Hands to your hips, folding forward through your upper body. And taking your torso toward that space between your legs, maybe bringing the crown of your head to the floor. So you can either have your hands just placed to the floor under your shoulders, or if you're familiar with other options, you can walk your hands in between your legs, or maybe hook your first two fingers around your big toes. either way, just gently encouraging that fold through the hips, folding the upper body in toward the space between the legs, maybe the crown of the head resting on the floor. Seeing if you can really relax into your breath, keeping a nice steady flow, inhaling and exhaling. One final breath here. And begin to release, taking your hands forward, pressing yourself into a half lift. Softly bend through your knees, bringing your hands to your hips, and press yourself up. And once again, heel to your feet together. Shake out your legs. Release your hands by your sides, and just close your eyes for a moment. Feeling that beautiful pranic rush and circulation of your blood throughout your whole body. And when you're ready, making your way down to the floor. Taking your legs out in front. Flexing your toes back toward you, drawing in through your navel, and lifting your arms up above your head, interlocking your hands, pressing your palms up toward the sky. Coming into a really nice, strong, and active staff pose. Your legs are engaged, your toes are drawing back, and your hands are pressing up toward the sky as you set your shoulders down your back. Soften through your face, and as you draw your navel in, see if you can lift your lower back forward rather than dropping down into the lower back area. It looks like a simple shape, takes quite a lot of strength, quite a lot of engagement. One more breath here. And keep maintaining that beautiful lift and engagement, and we're going to fold forward, taking our hands around our feet or fingers around our big toes, or just releasing your hands forward wherever they land. And we'll stay here for about 10 breaths. So really taking our time now, slowing down, releasing that kind of perceived effort from our standing postures to now being able to turn within a little bit more. Scooping in through your belly, keep folding forward. Just naturally moving and adjusting with the ebb and flow of your breath. Engaging through your thighs. Lengthening out of your lower back. Two more breaths. And when you're ready, no rush. Begin to slowly release. Now taking the right foot in with your left leg extended for alternate leg stretch. Keep flexing the left toes back toward you as you fold forward over the left leg. Taking hold of your foot or your lower leg area. Lift and lengthen through your spine, looking forward. And exhale, folding forward over your leg. And dropping back to that nice internal space. Getting that feeling like the breath is breathing you, just allowing your breath to flow naturally. One more breath on this side. Releasing out of the pose by lifting your head, raising your torso up, extending your left leg out and bringing your right foot in. Lift and lengthen and folding forward over the right leg. One more full breath. And begin to release. Walking your hands back. Giving your legs a little shake. And rest for a moment. Now with your hands placed behind you, fingertips facing toward your feet. We'll start with a modified version of both feet to the floor, knees bent, raising your hips up, coming into a tabletop position. Feeling the stretch through your shoulders, keep pressing down into your feet, maybe taking your head back. Lower your hips, bring your head back to neutral. Option to practice that same option to practice that same modified version again, or taking your legs forward and squeezing your legs together, and we're going to lift, taking the hips up and pressing the toes toward the floor, lifting the hips and feeling that nice opening through the chest and shoulders, and taking your head back, squeezing through the hips. Your legs are firm. Keep breathing. And release. Hips to the floor. Raising your head, cross your legs, and sit comfortably, turning your palms up, resting them on your knees. Coming down onto your back for bridge. With your feet hip distance apart and your arms down alongside your body, Press down into your feet and your palms. Tuck your tailbone and lift your hips. Raising your hips up and feeling your chest move toward your chin. Further still is to interlock your hands underneath your body. Roll the shoulders in toward each other so you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. Press down into your feet and your forearms as you lift. And really try to exaggerate the lift. Lifting the hips, squeezing strongly through your glutes. Feeling as if somebody's drawing up through your sternum, pulling you up by the sternum. Pressing into your feet. Keep holding here for a few more breaths. If you're feeling playful, bringing the left foot so it's in the central kind of midline of your body and raising the right leg up. Keep pressing down into that left foot. And then exhale, lower the right foot down and raise the left leg up. Exhale, release. One more full breath. Now releasing your hands. Release your shoulders and lower your spine to the floor, one vertebra at a time. Your hips are the last to come down. Allow your knees to fall in toward each other. Turn your palms up. Close your eyes and relax. Gently draw your knees in and make some gentle sacrum circles. Just guiding your knees around in a circle, feeling that gentle massage through your sacrum. And change directions. Hugging your knees in for a short moment, and then release. Extending your left leg out and bringing your right knee across. Taking your right arm out at shoulder height, bringing your left hand to rest on top of your left knee, and gently guiding your right shoulder and your left knee down toward the floor in opposite directions. Try to soften through your belly as much as you can to allow for the twist. And turning to look to the right. Return to center. Straighten out through the right leg, bending the left knee, taking it across your body. Right hand rests on top of the left knee, and your left arm reaches out at shoulder height, and turning to look to the left. Softening into your belly. And release. Coming back to center. And just taking a moment here and reflecting on if there are any little stretches or movements that your body is craving. And just giving your body what it needs, and then making yourself comfortable lying on your back with your legs outstretched and your arms by your sides for Shavasana. So whether you're still moving or you have found your way into Shavasana or corpse pose already, taking a little moment here to reflect on how your mind and body feel after your practice. And maybe a little moment of appreciation as well for this beautiful practice we get to engage in. And now for the next 5 minutes, I'll be guiding you through a progressive relaxation, which is really an opportunity for your body to really integrate or assimilate all of the benefits that we've just kind of cultivated through the techniques we've just practiced. So these little pauses in between postures and taking a proper 5 to 10 minutes at least at the end of our practice really helps us get the most benefits out of the practice. Rest is very important. So just taking your time now and settling into your breath. And feeling your body getting heavier and heavier as it rests against the floor. And taking your awareness all the way down to your feet. Relaxing your toes, from your big toes to your little toes. Relaxing the soles of your feet, your inner arches and outer arches. Feeling your heels heavy as they rest against the floor. Soften into your ankles. And soften into your calf muscles. Feeling your shins to be heavy. Relax your knees. And relax your thighs. Softening into your hips. Allowing your pelvis to relax completely. Softening into your belly. And feel the sides of your torso as if they're melting down toward the floor. Relax into your chest. Relaxing your ribs and all the muscles in between each rib. Relaxing into your lungs. And softening into your heart. Moving your awareness up to your collarbones, feeling them broadening and releasing. Relaxing your shoulders, from the tops of your shoulders, down and around your shoulder blades. And letting go of anything that you might be carrying on your shoulders. Just mentally exhaling, releasing from the mind, and releasing physically from the tissues. Relax your upper arms, your elbows, and your forearms. Soften into your wrists and hands, feeling your fingers to be gently curled, and observing the gentle prickling sensation of prana circulating your palms. And gently guiding your awareness over to your lower back region, feeling your sacrum broadening and releasing. Relax your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, and your neck. Feel all the muscles either side of your spine softening and releasing. Your head is heavy as it rests against the floor. Soften into your gaze. Your eyes might be softly closed. Taking a moment to connect with the third eye, the point between the eyebrows. And just taking some cleansing breath into this area. And softening into this area. Relaxing into your jaw. Relaxing into your mouth. Feeling your entire body to be heavy and relaxed. Nothing else to do and nowhere else to be. Just resting in conscious awareness. Coming back into awareness of your breath. Feeling the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe. And begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and gently rock your head from side to side before rolling over onto one side. And rest for a moment. And then when you're ready, pressing yourself up to sit. We'll finish with a few rounds of chanting the mantra Gauranga. This is a beautiful sacred mantra that helps to purify our mind and heart and also helps us to cultivate spiritual love. So just allowing the sound to enter in through your ears, into your mind and down into your heart. And as you sing the sound, just singing from your heart. Goranga. Now bringing our hands together in prayer position. Closing off our practice by bowing our heads to offer our respects to each other. And bowing our heads once more to offer our respects to the Supreme Soul. Namaste. Thank you so much. I hope you guys feel good.